So we'll either close up TikTok in this country for security reasons, or it'll be sold. I'm not extending deadlines, no. It's September 15th. There'll be no extension of the TikTok deadline.
But with any deal requiring Beijing's approval first, TikTok is now likely to miss that September 15th deadline. Let's get more from our corporate influence reporter, Naomi Nix. Naomi, so unless we see some sort of a rabbit out of a hat, they're basically all but certain to crash into that deadline. So what will happen then?
Well, I think that's the open question. And so advisors for the president have been considering whether to recommend giving TikTok more time to arrange a sale. As you mentioned, it's almost ByteDance is almost certainly likely to miss Trump's publicly stated deadline of September 15th, in part because they now have to get sign-off from the Chinese government, and those things take time.
So how are bidders like Microsoft and Oracle dealing with all of this?
I think that's the open question. One of the issues they certainly have to deal with is what is the actual deadline. The Trump administration has, been a bit confusing on this matter. So while Trump has publicly stated September 15th, the executive order he signed has indicated that a sale would have to happen by September 20th. And a separate move by the Trump administration seems to give ByteDance a little bit more time to fully divest the U.S. business, even past the November election. What Microsoft and Oracle will have to do is to figure out exactly what criteria the Chinese government needs in order to approve the sale, and exactly what the Trump administration needs in order to approve the sale. And then, of course, to evaluate their own interests as they navigate this deal.
In the meantime, we continue to see some legal challenges against Trump's executive order.
Yes. So, ByteDance is obviously challenging the executive order. We're also seeing some lobbying around a related order on WeChat. The Trump administration has indicated that it wants to ban American companies' use of that app, which is widely used as a means of payment by American companies in China. And so we're seeing industries sort of coalesce and offer their counter perspective to the Trump administration on that. And we'll see the Commerce Department will come out with final rules on that soon.
Naomi, how much of this is really ByteDance maybe banking on the hope that at least this can drag out beyond November, where maybe it won't be so much of an issue? Do we have any idea how a potential Biden administration would deal with this?
It's a really good question. So it's clear that the Trump administration has been ramping up its pressure against ByteDance and taking other aggressive measures against China. Just as we're sort of headed into a presidential election, the Trump administration has made it clear, and the Trump campaign has made it clear that they want to take a hard line against China, and they consider that a winning campaign tactic. In general, we've seen some bipartisan appeal to taking a harder line on China among Democrats. Whether the Biden administration would pursue similar measures to what Trump has done in quite this way, I think that's debatable. Probably the orders would look a little bit differently than what Trump has come up with, but they might also scrutinize some of these companies.